All right, you see the title. It's another rookie that's looking good for the Detroit Lions. This is going to be a super long video, and I'm going to get right into it. And I'm actually going to talk about two rookies, I think, and then maybe even a veteran. So much news coming out, and you got to understand the Lions right now have some of the best news coverage of any team. We have another channel, Sports Talk Extra, and I'm telling you right now, other places just don't have the same amount of beat writers, or they're not writing the same amount of articles. The guys in Detroit are making it happen. So, with that being said, there is a guy that is turning heads, and by turning heads, I mean he has just been absolutely solid, and that is Brian Branch. We saw a couple of plays where he was running with Jamison Williams. We saw a play where or it was Khalif Raymond. He was stride for stride with Khalif Raymond, running a go route, had no problem keeping with him. And that was one of the fears for Brian Branch was, what is his speed going to be? How is that going to translate? Well, on-field speed is different, and he is proving it, kind of like CJ Gardner-Johnson does. And then there was another route underneath where Amon-Ra was, Amon-Ra. You get him in single coverage, he's gonna separate. He didn't with Branch. And so we're seeing this, and this is becoming repetitive. And here's what they had to say over at Pride of Detroit. And maybe what I should do right now is I should actually show you this, because I like showing you this stuff, and I like giving credit where credit is due. They said, speaking of things becoming repetitive, Brian Branch had another impressive day. I'm almost worried about hyping him up too much at this point, but he continues to make tackles for loss, pass breakups, while also showing the ability to live in the box and drop into coverage. In other words, he's able to do everything all the time. That's basically what we're hearing. His ability to see things in front of him, process what's happening, and execute his assignment is beyond what you'd expect from a rookie defensive back. At this stage, Branch does not project as a starter, and he may never technically fall into a traditional role. Let's hold on a second on that one. But he is going to be very difficult to keep off the field. Okay. He doesn't fall into a traditional role, but CJ Gardner-Johnson does. And what Brian Branch is CJ Gardner-Johnson is just younger. Like, he is a guy that looks very similar. He has similar size. He has similar speed. And he has the ability to play nickel corner. He has the ability to play safety. Brian Branch, they have even been lining this dude up outside every once in a while. He can do everything. And you have two guys that are doing that. You have Brian Branch lining up everywhere. Chase Lucas is lining up in a bunch of different places. They were putting him in a single high safety role even during this camp, which makes almost no sense to me, but I like it. I absolutely like it. All right, so let's talk. We're going to talk about three rookies, right? Jahmyr Gibbs finally busted out a big run. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm actually watching the run, the highlight going. He breaks out. He has great speed. Like, it's everything you hoped it would be. And what was awesome is he started the run inside and didn't break it out until after he beat that first level. And so it was different than what you saw from Swift. There was patience in it. And it was another 25 plus yard run. The running backs look good today. The offense is playing well. And that's really impressive with the new people that are there. So I do want to give a shout out to one more player, a rookie, and it's UDFA Dylan Drummond. This guy only made the team because he was at a tryout. And it was a bit of an off day for some of the wide receivers from what we're hearing, except Josh Reynolds, who's been consistent, which we would expect him to be. And that is why he is my leader in the clubhouse for playing opposite. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is going to be an outside receiver, opposite Marvin Jones, until Jamison Williams comes back. And look, we've got a lot going on the outside. But Drummond, I'm telling you right now, actually is doing okay. I think I said Marvin Jones, by the way, didn't I? Anyways, so for the first week of camp, Drummond has been with the third team. But as of this week, he has progressed, and he's been worked in with the second team more and more every day. Today, he made multiple over-the-middle catches on passes from both Nate Sudfeld, and Adrian Martinez. You have to be a good receiver to make catches from Adrian Martinez during team drills and got the better of Tracy Walker in a one-on-one practice or drill earlier in practice. So he still has a ways to go. We know that. Like, he still has a ways to go up the depth chart to make his rise and all that kind of stuff. But it's another guy. I just wanted to give you the name Dylan Drummond for our first preseason game so you can watch him and see what he is doing. This might be one of those guys that almost gets a chance because Tom Kennedy got injured. You never know. You just never know. Coda, who I liked from Oregon, I haven't been hearing much from him. I heard he had a drop the other day. So maybe he's getting there. Antoine Green looks like he hurt his ankle. He was out a few days ago because he got dehydrated or he had heat exhaustion that held him out the next day. So it sounds like these wide receivers, outside of Josh Reynolds' consistency, there's been a lot of in and out, in and out, in and out. So that is something we absolutely should be looking at. But exciting what we're seeing with Branch. I'm serious. You watch the film. If you can find some stuff on him, dude looks legit. Looks like he's going to be ready from day one. The only thing that's going to keep him off the field is really good players in front of him. But I'm telling you right now, like, if Gardner Johnson gets hurt, or Joseph or Walker, and they need to move Gardner Johnson back into the safety role, Brian Branch is going to be ready to play safety or nickel day one. And it is really exciting to actually be able to say that. Really exciting to be able to say that. So let me know if you're as excited about Branch as I am. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. It's fun time. We are excited. Lions football is almost back. This is great. We are not that far away, about 10, 11 days from our first preseason game. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Hit the comment, hit the subscribe. See ya.